Welcome to the Anna London Show. Tonight we have a very special guest, Into Arcadia. Into Arcadia is made up by Otto Olson, Kenny Bissing, Antonio Ninham, and Zach Steiner.
Turn it up.
Turn the vocals up if they need to be up, Mr. Soundboard.
Turn your vocals up.
I'm working on it, all right?
Obviously, not hard enough.
Alan, how are you?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm great. Did you play the lottery last night?
No, I did not play the lottery, so I didn't win and had no chance of winning. So, I'm going to need some money after the show, gentlemen. I'm talking to the live band we have in here. We'll introduce them a little later.
We do not make our guest artists pay to be on the show, Alan.
I didn't say they needed to pay to be on the show. I said I needed money. It's not necessarily payment. It's like
now, Alan, I think
borrowing.
this is a horrible stereotype to perpetuate.
I'm like borrowing, you know? I'll pay it back someday.
If you want money from a band, you've brought the wrong band.
In that case, next band.
No, our band is Into Arcadia, and Into Arcadia just released a new album called Escaper, and it is available for free download at their website, correct? IntoArcadia.com?
Yes.
Yes, and they are also on Facebook. So we're very excited to have them, and we're going to interview them, and then we're going to play 5 whole songs of theirs. So
5 or 4?
5, a whole 5.
Oh, all right.
Did you get all 5 on that CD, Alan?
We'll find out.
Well, I hope you did your job correctly.
If not, I'll be singing, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'll be singing.
No, we don't want that.
Hey, you heard me sing. I'm awesome.
Alan.
Yes, kind of. Sometimes.
Now, Alan, I love you. However, I don't believe, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. I mean, we have that kind of relationship. We're friends, you know, we love each other as friends.
Love, huh?
Yeah, love.
Oh.
So I'm going to tell you in love that, no, you are not a singer, performer.
Aw.
Did I make you cry? Wow.
You know I'm sensitive.
Well, you're not that sensitive.
Fine. I tried.
I mean, you might convince our audience of that, possibly, but not me.
Convinced me.
See? That's why I like Otto.
Thank you.
Okay. Or was that K-Dog? That was K-Dog. I'm sorry, K-Dog. I gave him his own name because he's that cool. With a K.
We're going to give a shout out to Columbia St. Mary's staff.
Oh, we are?
We sure are.
Oh, all right. What's up, CSM?
CSM, we love you. Thank you for being so awesome. I love my job because I get to work with great people. And I worked today, and I had a great staff. I had Andrea and Rachel and Vince and
and Alan needs donations, people, for whatever reason.
Becca.
You know, I have bills to pay.
All right. I want to say something, but it would be so highly inappropriate, I'm going to pass on it.
Well, as long as it's not profane or sexually explicit.
Well, it's not, however. It could be considered racist.
I know you're not racist. Go ahead and say it.
Well, I was just saying you should not perpetuate the stereotype of...
Because I'm black? Go ahead.
It always comes back to you being black.
That's right. Because, I mean, hey, I'm black. I'm light-skinned, but I'm still black, and it happens. It's like, hey, there's some people out there that are of my complexion that don't really like to do anything for themselves.
And that came from the black man, not the white woman. I just want to point that out.
There's also people of other races that feel the need to not do anything for themselves.
Well, I know I have some of them in my race.
I know this one Hmong guy who doesn't like to do anything for himself.
Alan.
Took a turn there.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So I am going to take this opportunity early on in the show to remind you that we have a phone number and a phone, and we don't know if it works because nobody's called us yet.
You don't have to call. You don't have to.
You don't have to. Don't feel pressured. However, if you're cool and you're brave, you will call. And the number is 414-935-2951. And if you call us, hopefully our phone will ring. And then if it does ring, we're going to answer it because that's what you do when a phone rings. And then we're going to hopefully talk to you. So.
Maybe.
No, we are.
Oh, we are.
Okay, so we have some shows to announce for the week, and I'm going to start with Soulfoot Mombits is playing November 1st at Bremen Cafe. Music should start somewhere around 9:30, 10, somewhere in there, and go to close, which would be 2 a.m. So the next show is Sleazebot, who was on last week, and they are playing at the Up and Under on November 8th, and they will be starting around 9:30 as well. Next show is actually a few artists. Justin Huron with Lisa, let's see here, Ridgely. Yep, Micah Olson, and the OCD Band. I mean, if you're named the OCD Band, you know, you must be good, because that's pretty bold. Anyway, they're playing at the River West Public House Saturday, November 3rd, and that show starts at 9 p.m. And I think that's going to be a great show because I've heard Justin Huron's music. It's awesome. And he will actually be featured on this show at some point in the near future. So,
or maybe
Alan,
they just have OCD. You never know.
They might just have OCD.
Like, I have OCD.
Do you think if they have OCD, they're medicated when they play?
I'm not medicated. I mean, they may be medicated with whiskey, like some people. Or something like that, but I don't know.
Oh, Alan.
Yes, Anna.
What would you be referring to?
I mean, hey, I've had a drink tonight. I'm pretty sure someone else here has had a drink
Company
tonight.
included.
Right, Otto and K-Dog?
We've all had pre-show
you don't
drinks.
drink, Otto. Oh, he says. I'm pretty sure.
Never said I didn't drink. Ever
No,
when I
Otto
claim that.
just said he doesn't
Oh,
drink.
he doesn't.
No,
Really?
I do.
Oh, yeah, no, he
but
does.
I'm pretty sure
I've
he said
witnessed
his favorite
it.
drink was Mad Dog 22. But that's for another show later on. Well, we have AA in the building. Anywho, you neglected to announce one more show, Anna.
Well, actually, Alan, I was turning this over to you since this was your assignment.
But you always steal
Your
it from me
assignment.
every week.
Your
every week.
Your assignment.
And then
for
last
the
week we didn't have time because you wanted to play all these songs and keep on playing and keep on
Hey,
jamming.
look, I've tightened the set tonight,
And then
and
you
right
wanted
now
to,
I'm gonna let you
take over
know.
another guy's show and start playing over his show.
You know what? Look, punk. Look, it's 8:07. And we are ahead of schedule. If you would hurry up and announce the other shows, we will be ahead of schedule.
What's wrong with the banter here? You don't like the banter? You don't like our conversation? If you don't like our conversation, just let me know you don't like the conversation. I would clearly stop the conversation. All right?
Oh, no, there's no need to stop the conversation, Alan.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, it's
Yes.
a little early for Christmas. We haven't even passed Halloween. And then there's Thanksgiving before Christmas. So,
Speaking of Thanksgiving, we
yeah.
had a conversation, Anna, and you said you're starting to lose weight. So Thanksgiving, I'm going to need you to pack it in really well.
I
All
never
right?
said I was losing weight. I believe that was you who stated that.
Yeah, last time I checked, it was, you know, Alan, back in college, I was a little heavyset. I was going through some personal things. And
I did not say
I
that.
decided to
Oh, that is
lose
so much
weight
fabrication,
by
Alan.
a
Rhodes.
certain
Jesus.
possible way that can sometimes be determined as crazy. Although some people don't feel that way. I do, but maybe you don't. But whatever.
I'm lost already, Alan.
It's called, starts with a B, ends with a ear.
No, and no, and what the hell are you talking about? It is 8:09. You have 1 minute
right,
to
fine.
announce final shows for
All
the
right,
next week that
fine.
you all should check out.
Anyhow, we will be at the Up and Under tonight. Anna will be playing. I don't know how many songs she's planning on playing, but she'll be playing a few songs. Why do I get the look all of a sudden?
Because you're you.
God, I thought you loved me. Loved.
Right,
Meaning you
we-
still do.
Shoot, we went to that unconditional love status last week. Jesus.
Oh, did we? You updated your
Yes.
Facebook status?
No.
I didn't see that. I didn't say
I think
complicated.
I said it maybe on air, or I said it to you, or sometime in the last week it was made evident.
I'm gonna need you to like text me that or email it to me so I'll have visual confirmation because
Well,
you know
that's not
sometimes
happening.
my
So you
my
have
mind
about 30
slips.
seconds
All
to
right.
announce some more shows.
Also, on the 22nd, at the Wisconsin Cheese Bar, Sleazebot, who was here last week, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Will also be playing. No cover. It's free, ladies and gentlemen. So go ahead, check them out. They're freaking awesome. And there was no cover on the other show on the 8th, which
That's
you
correct.
neglected to say.
Sorry.
I know you people
and
love free stuff, especially the people at St. Mary's, you know. We love the free stuff. So you definitely welcome to throw me a cover though. You know, I'm helping out the people, and I'll definitely put it back in the community, put it back in the CSM. You know, I'll go to the cafeteria, buy something.
Wrap it up. It's 8:10, buddy.
Fine. Just kill me, huh? All right. Well, we'll save the rest for next week. We'll save the rest for next week because obviously Anna has something she wants to talk about. So take it away.
We have 2 songs coming up. The first song you're going to hear is by the Mad Polecats, a great band out of Madison who's actually going to be featured on our show in the near future. And they're really fun guys. The first song you're going to hear is by them, and it's called Vincent. And the second song is by an artist that I mentioned earlier in the show, Justin Huron. It's called Ragdoll, and it's great. So here we go. Alan?
Yes, Anna.
Hit it.
It's coming. Give it a second.
It's a little slow.
Patience is the key here.
It's a little slow.
Must you always be so vindictive?
I am not a vindictive person.
I beg to differ.
Only one day a week.
And this is the day, Monday? Here it is,
No.
ladies and gentlemen. Or not. Give it a second. We're having technical difficulties. Someone decided to scratch the CD. I wonder who that might have been.
Not me, because I never touched it.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Someone decided to carry it out of the house.
It was in a frickin' envelope in a notebook. Jeez.
Which means
I didn't scratch
was
it.
in possession of the CD.
You gotta get this stuff going, Alan.
It's going, it's going.
It's really important to keep your CDs in the case, I think.
See? That's why I like K-Dog.
Public service announcement.
That's why I like K-Dog. That's your PSA for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure
Yeah.
you're on your stuff. Make sure you're on your stuff.
Cassette tapes don't get scratched.
That's true.
Obviously. Anna?
414-935-2951.
I need your phone, Anna.
My phone?
Yes. Go to the song.
Which song?
Pick a song. The first one.
Alan, you better talk.
I'm trying to talk. So, ladies, how many of our ladies and gentlemen, I should say, actually, 'cause I'm pretty sure there's some guys out there listening to the show as well. How many of you are actually thinking of calling? Then call.
If not, why not?
935-2951. We're at River West Radio, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Don't be ashamed to check us out. We're live right now.
You know what? We're going to improvise because we can't get our CD player to work for whatever reason. So we're just going to start the interview, actually, and then we're going to play some songs, and then I'm going to play some songs, and then we'll be at the end of the show. So, no bueno, Alan?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Go ahead. Start the interview.
Okay, good.
I'll give you the cue when I got the songs ready, since now I have to play them off my phone.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to download them from my email first.
Well, we're not starting the interview if you're actually going to play the songs.
Well, if
Not
you want to
interrupting.
start the interview, then go ahead and start the interview.
Sounds good.
I'll let you know.
All right,
We might
so
cut the interview in the middle.
with me I have Ada Olson, who's the lead singer and guitarist of the band. Antonio, you are the drummer. Kenny, you're another guitarist. Yep.
Yes.
And Zach, you are the bass player. All right, so whoever wants to start. Actually, let's start with you, Otto. I want to know a little bit about where you all are from. And you do not sound. Well, I was going to say you don't sound English, but you do sound English because you're
Sound
from
very English.
Yes. You just have an accent.
Yeah, I'm from England, Manchester, sunny Manchester.
When did you come to Milwaukee?
2006, I want to say.
And what brought you to Milwaukee?
Maybe sooner than that, 5, something like that.
All right. And what brought you to Milwaukee from England?
Music. I was in a band back home for a while, and then the band disbanded. It's grabbed a guitar and a suitcase and went traveling around America for a little bit, doing a bunch of open mics, and ended up here.
That's awesome.
In Milwaukee, yeah.
Okay, and you liked it enough to stay, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the winter though.
Well, I'm not either. I tell myself every winter I live in the wrong, area of the country.
Last winter was all right.
Last winter was beautiful, right? Because if it was like that every winter, I actually would not mind living in the Midwest.
It would be doable.
It would be, yeah. I think we're gearing up for a cold winter, though.
Yeah, have a funny.
Golf every day last winter.
Yeah, me and Antonio on the golf course. living it up.
Okay, so you're from Manchester, England.
I am.
Antonio, where are you from?
From Manchester, England.
Somehow I don't believe
2006 I came over, and I'm from Milwaukee.
you. Okay, you grew up here.
Yeah, I grew up here.
Okay, great, awesome.
Yeah, not interesting, like, what's his name here, but, yeah, I don't know, yeah, just Milwaukee.
Hey, I was born in Milwaukee. I didn't grow up in Milwaukee, but I was born in Milwaukee.
Well, where did you grow up?
I grew up in various places in southeastern Wisconsin. Yeah. No, I grew up in Pewaukee mostly, and graduated from Waukesha West, and then I went to college in Madison, and then I moved out of state, and I've been out of state ever since, up until last year when I moved here in August.
Oh, well, that's how you answer your question. Well, I'm from Milwaukee. I went to High School of the Arts for drums. I played in the UWM Jazz Ensemble for a couple of years, and, went there. I've just been in Milwaukee my entire life, pretty much.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
don't.
Okay, well, whether or not you think that's great, you're a local artist and you're talented and you're on the show because you are. So, and you met these guys here, so those are all good things.
Yeah.
Right, Kenny?
Still classed as local.
Well, you live here now, so yeah, we can't use local. Yeah.
Represent.
Yeah, absolutely. Kenny, what about
I
you?
am from the cultural hub of Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Oh wow.
Made it, all the way an hour down here, and now I live here. I play guitar in
That's
this band.
awesome.
Thank you.
And Zach?
Pretty much Milwaukee. I was born in Maryland, but my whole adolescence or whatever growing up is Milwaukee.
Okay, so did you live in Maryland as a child?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
10 years.
And so you were 10 when you went to Milwaukee?
Yep.
Okay, great. So most of it here. Okay, great. Now, I just heard a little bit from Antonio about how you got started. It sounds like you were started in music from a young age. If you were in a special arts high school and jazz
Yeah, I went
ensemble.
to middle school of the arts too, and I started playing percussion, concert band stuff when I was probably 9. I played violin when I was 5, and played clarinet or something when I was in the 3rd grade, and then.
Is there an instrument you don't play?
All those instruments I just said, I don't play them anymore.
Okay, but you did start out on them. What was
Yeah.
the first instrument that you ever played?
Probably a violin.
A violin.
Yeah,
Okay.
but literally I was 5 years old, and but I started playing drum set when I was 14. Up until then it was all kind of classical or symphonic band stuff, and I started learning kind of rock and jazz and stuff. High School of the Arts is all about learning jazz and stuff, and it's all about formal training and stuff. So yeah, that's what I learned there.
Okay, great. And Otto, what about you?
Trumpet.
You started out on trumpet?
Uh-huh.
That's interesting. How old were you?
7.
Okay, so very young. Now, are you from a musical family?
No, not at all.
Okay. Did they encourage you to be musical?
No.
Who encouraged you to be musical?
Roy Orbison. I grew up listening to Neil Young, Roy Orbison, and The Cure.
The Cure is my favorite band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are. I love Robert Smith and Simon Gallup.
So yeah, I just started playing the trumpet. I was all right at it.
Okay.
And then started playing the piano, and I was okay at that. I just didn't like the whole lesson structure thing.
Oh, you didn't like the structure thing?
No.
Okay.
So I just wanted to,
You're too free-spirited for lessons.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Something okay.
OCD.
OCD.
But yeah, no, and then all my favorite bands, there was always a guitar. Someone played the guitar.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to try that.
So how old were you when you picked up a guitar for the first time?
Late, pretty late. I want to say, well, I bought my first band in England just we were kids playing. We rented out space at this YMCA, and we didn't have. No one could afford a guitar, so I got my mom to buy me a guitar, even though I couldn't play it.
Okay.
But I got the guitar to give to my friend who could kind of play guitar.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was like guitar, drums, and me singing.
Okay.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. Well, we all start out somewhere, right? And most of us are not virtuosos and start out like Mozart at age 3. So,
Right.
all right, that's great. So, Kenny, what about
For me, I started on the bass guitar.
Okay.
I started out just kind of with like older kind of friends that got me into punk music, and I wanted to start a punk rock band, and I knew people that played guitar, and I thought it'd be easier to start a band if I played bass. But eventually, I just had another friend that played bass, so I switched to guitar. I just kind of out of necessity. And I've stuck
Do
with
you
it
have a
since then.
preference
So
between bass or guitar?
I like playing guitar. I mean, I feel like I can do more writing on it. It feels a bit more expressive.
Okay. Okay, cool. And Zach?
I guess earliest was like 5 on recorder. I played a mean Star Wars theme song.
I was gonna say,
It's
do we
ridiculous.
count that as a real instrument?
Oh, you haven't heard me play recorder.
No, apparently.
No, then it was violin, then piano. I wanted to play guitar, and then my dad got me some music that made me want to play bass. So when I was like 12, I started playing bass. And yeah, here we are.
That's awesome. All right. Now, how'd you guys get together as a band, and when? Who's the founding member of Into Arcadia?
I guess Otto and myself started the band after we met each other and had like kind of an original incarnation of the band that we released an EP with. That was around for a couple of years, and then we kind of disbanded with one and then the other of them, and ended up with Zach and Antonio, and released a single, and now are releasing full length.
Okay, that's awesome. And then when did Antonio get involved, and when did Zach get involved?
Well, 2 or 3 years ago, right? Or 2 years ago, I joined the band. I guess, I just kind of auditioned. Brandon told me that you guys need a drummer. I tried out.
Yeah, I don't know how that came about. I just remember you being there.
Yeah, and like, they left the studio, they left practice and showed up, and I was there.
I think he was the only one who
From Manchester.
Yeah. He came with me across on the boat.
I brought a
On the boat.
Yeah, I think he was the only one who bothered to learn some of the songs before he turned up to audition.
You see,
That's impressive. He did his research.
Yeah.
You prepared.
And
So you were serious.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the music that they like. I got some of the music and like learned it and prepared for it. But if I didn't care about it, I wouldn't have prepared so hard.
Sure.
Like I liked all the stuff that they had written before I joined.
All 5 songs.
It had potential. I wouldn't.
But that was hard to learn, huh? 5 songs?
No. No offense, but like I've been playing drums for probably almost 15 years probably 12 years and stuff, and like I kind of have a natural knack for it, and I don't know. Shut up, Zach.
Got rhythm.
No, I don't know. Like that's the one thing I'm good at is like music stuff. If you asked me to remember like a monologue or something like that, I wouldn't be able to recite it, but can learn Into Arcadia songs. And,
That's awesome.
and then our bass player quit, and I've been playing with Zach for a long time in other bands, like different.
Quit's a strong word.
What?
Wait, what?
But yeah, me and Zach had played before, and like Zach is the best bass player I know. Like I played a lot and been playing for a long time, so like Zach is the first person who wanted to get into the band.
That's awesome.
Single tear right now,
Oh,
bro.
double tear.
Well, Zach is pretty awesome. I've actually gotten to play with Zach, and I've seen Zach perform many times with different groups, and he has earned the nickname the Virtuoso for a reason in the Milwaukee area.
Who nicknamed him
The
that?
up and under, that's about it.
I believe this was said in a review.
No. No, it wasn't.
No, it was not?
No.
He
Really?
was lying.
It was that review we
lying
wrote.
that
Yeah, Zach wrote a review by himself at the Up and Under.
Biography.
No, that was,
Okay, let's move on. All right. So, in terms of your creativity, what types of things? This is going to be a couple of questions. What types of things inspire or act as catalysts for your creativity? And who does the majority of your writing, or is it co-writing, or do each of you bring songs to the band, or how does it work?
Visuals usually for inspiration. Or usually just conversations or stuff that I hear that I'm not supposed to hear.
Okay. So,
Usually
do you
ends
take
up-
public transportation?
No, I don't honestly. I've never been on a train in America.
Really?
Yeah, or a bus.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
That is.
And then as far as like writing, it's like we all do it. I mean, somebody comes in with whether it's like a drum beat or a bass line or a melody or whatever, and then it starts as one thing and then it just goes its own separate ways and it ends up being something else.
Okay.
The old melting pot, stirring it. Cliche.
All right. Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about the CD, the Escaper CD, and that you just released, and also about the songs we're going to hear tonight. Which we're going to hear 5 of your songs: "Breakers," "Behind Closed Doors," "Devil's Word," "Forces of Nature," and "Into the Water." Which actually you have a video for "Into the Water," correct?
Yeah.
Which is great. I've seen it and I've shown it to a lot of people, and everybody I've shown it to has actually really, really loved it.
Thank you. It's fortunate for us it came out turning out so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ryan Abel.
Feature pictures your band too much, so it turned out.
Yeah, I've never really wanted a music video where it's been like the band,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't like that. I'd rather it be about something else,
Yeah.
I think the
Well.
music lends itself well to like the visual aspect, we tried to make the record as like, cinematic as possible.
Mhm.
It's pretty, I think it's a thoughtful record. It goes all over the place, really.
Yeah, it's good. I've listened to the whole thing, and there's honestly not a song that I dislike on there. There's certain songs that stand out more than others, for sure. But I actually like the whole album, and I think that's a sign of good work.
Well, hopefully it'll be a grower. Because I mean, it's like the best records that I can remember. Like I remember the first time I heard Jeff Buckley. I didn't really like it. It was too much, too much warbling going on.
An
Then
acquired taste.
Yeah, and then I went back to it like a year later, and then I listened to it, and then it just grew on me. And I wanted to make a record that wasn't so easily disposed of, after the first listen. I think you got to really dig into it a little bit.
Sure. I don't disagree. All right, that's interesting. Visuals inspire you. Well, tell me a little bit about the song "Breakers." For instance, the first song we're going to hear, what inspired that? Who wrote that?
It wasn't so much that I wrote it. It was just messing around with some pedals, really. And I found a vintage pedal that I was after that kind of just gave like a really weird detuning sound, and it sounded kind of electronic. And I just started playing around with some chords, and then like everybody jumped in. It was one of those songs that pretty much just wrote itself, yeah. And then like, there was some bits that weren't working, and some bits that worked, and it just ended up kind of being this. I call it like a protest song, but it's a very timid protest song. I guess it's just more about thinking for yourself.
Okay, cool. Alan, are we ready to listen to these songs?
Yes, but the first song we're going to hear is actually Ragdoll.
Okay, great.
We're going to hear Ragdoll first, and then we're going to work our way into our actual...
And then we're going to end
for
with
today.
the Mad Polecats Vincent, correct?
Possibly. That's a great possibility. I'm still working on that as well. Alright, but first we're going to hear Ragdoll from Justin Heron, who's actually going to be on the show a
We don't have a date yet. We're looking at January.
We're working on it, and he's gonna be here. So take a listen, people. All right. This is a great day. This is a great day.
Pull the strings, my unraveling. Wanna go back, reattach my limbs. I'm a little ragdoll. I'm a little ragdoll. Take my hand.
cold wind from Canada blows across my front door. Have you come all this way just to tease me? The world gets so cold here when winter winds blow here. The snow that it brings sure does please me. And the world turns forgotten in northern Wisconsin. Just you and the fire and the sound of the wind. When it gets done blowing, it always starts snowing. And the world turns to quiet and all white again. Wisconsin, trucking down south where the wind ain't so wild. When the spring came, Lord, I didn't feel rested like when I'd miss sleeping when I was a child. And the world turns forgotten in northern Wisconsin. Just you and the fire and the sound of the wind. When it gets done blowing, it always starts snowing, and the world turns to quiet and all white again. In the pines is a soft lullaby, and the woods and the world all they sleep in. Well, there's a full moon in a cold sky, and I'm through asking Lord why. Found me a home and I'm staying. And the world turns forgotten in northern Wisconsin. Just you and the fire and the sound of the wind. When it gets done blowing, it always starts snowing, and the world turns to quiet and all white again.
All right, thanks for listening. A couple quick announcements before we end here. Please go to the Into Arcadia Facebook page and click on the link to vote for Into Arcadia. They are up for several awards from the 88.9 Radio Milwaukee Music Awards. They also have a show at Hotel Foster on December 15th at 10 p.m. So if you want to see these guys live, which you should if you've heard the last 5 songs that were played. So thank you for listening, and we will see you next week. Next week we'll be featuring myself and my band, The Proud Black Sheep, so please tune in. Have a great night.
Bye.